So for cleaning up, the first thing I'm going to do, the ink might be dry on your block after you've printed all 4 of your prints, but it might still be a little wet. So what I like to do is just take a piece of whatever scrap paper you've got, newsprint, computer paper, whatever, and just kind of burnish across another sheet to try to strip whatever ink might be left on your block. And the reason why I'm doing this is that ink will dry on the surface, and after a while it starts to build up over time. And if I want to print this again, as it starts building up more and more and more over time, the image will start becoming less clear. So I want to get as much of that ink off there as I can beforehand. So you get what's called a ghost impression. Some people like these lighter impressions from it. So sometimes people will actually use their good paper to create that ghost, but we don't necessarily need to. And then when you finish printing, what you can do is you can just take another sheet of newsprint, put it on top, flip it over, fold it, and then you can tape this closed, and that makes it so that it's not going to get anything else in your house dirty. If you're done printing, you're never going to make another print from it again. Some people like to keep them as like little objects and stuff like that, but some people just throw them away too. So you can just kind of make a little package out of it. I keep these on my bookshelf, and then when I want to make more, I can just pull them off and make more prints from it. So the next things that we need to clean up, it's going to be our ink and our brayer. I'm going to put my gloves back on for this since it's a little bit messier. And if it was oil-based ink, I would start with vegetable oil, but since this is water-soluble ink, we can just clean it up with water. You can reuse in case you used a putty knife or a palette knife, or even a plastic spoon or a knife or something like that. And you're just going to take some soapy water and paper towels to everything. If you're using a putty knife or a palette knife, the main thing to remember is that it looks like it's only got 2 sides, the front and back, but actually these edges will hold ink too. So you want to make sure that you clean those edges, because if I were going to go and start printing a color like yellow or something like that, it would probably pick up the extra black ink that's in those little edges and grooves. If you were really messy, you'll want to clean the handle too, but I was pretty clean with it, so I don't need to worry about it. And then we're going to clean the brayer next. And I'm just going to spray the brayer. I'm going to do it over my ink palette so that that'll get the extra soapiness. And you can even run your brayer through that soapy ink on there. And then just take your paper towel. And you can see the natural kind of pale color of the roller start to come through. This one's got a lot of plastic around it, so make sure you get that plastic really good too. The cleaner you make the brayer every time you print, the longer the brayer will last you. So I always tell people, if you want to keep making prints or you want to make them for a while, make sure you clean your brayer really good, especially these edges here, because these edges collect ink like crazy. But basically, if the ink dries on the brayer, it's not going to want to come off. It's going to be really, really tricky to get it clean later. So don't be afraid to go over. I basically do this repeatedly until my brayer is completely clean, or until the paper towels that I'm using to clean my brayer, when those come up totally clean, then you know. Some inks will stain the color of the brayer, so you can't keep it perfect forever, but you want to keep doing it until the paper towels don't come back dirty. And you'll notice I'm getting water on top of my template, so if I was going to keep using the template, I probably want to put that aside before I start cleaning everything up. And again, if you're really messy with it, you'll want to clean the handle too. but that was pretty clean, so I don't need to worry about that handle too much. And then, so it looks clean now, looks pretty much back to normal, but like I said, I like to do it, get it until it's completely clean, and then just do it one more time. That way you can check and make sure that your paper towel is coming back totally clean. And then you have peace of mind that your brayer will stay good for longer. So the brayer's the part that takes the longest to clean. Right. And again, when you're storing your brayer, always store it so that the handle's facing down, not the other way, because we don't want to wear a flat edge in our brayer. When we're cleaning the palette, what I'll do is I'll actually use all the dirty paper towels I already used and use those first and just wipe up that excess ink. And then throw those in the garbage and then grab some fresh paper towels. You can clean these in your sink, but I would try to remove as much of the ink off as possible first, because you don't want to risk clogging your ink with, or sorry, clogging your sink with a bunch of ink. So same rule as before, try to do that until the paper towel is coming back clean. Especially since we're going to be reusing our bench hook for other carving projects and other inking projects. So you want to make sure that that's clean for use next time. So once your paper towel comes back totally clean, you can finish up. I'm going to clean everything one more time just to make sure it's good. But otherwise, have fun printing, enjoy it, and I'll see you later.